you were in the CIA's Counterterrorism Center on September 11th, 2001, working in the Vault, I believe, as you call it. Is that what it's actually called, or this is what you called it?
The Vault was right after September 11th.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
We all called it the Vault.
Okay. You were there when the planes hit. Can you walk us through that day?
Yeah. So I got lucky. At CIA or really any government entity, you really can't tell them like where you want to work there. You just like get put where you get put and like sit down, shut up, and like enjoy the ride. And then once you've been there a while, you can switch around. So I didn't think that I would be going to the Counterterrorism Center. I thought they'll just put me someplace else. They put me right in the Counterterrorism Center. I was essentially just waiting to go to the farm, which is our training academy. FBI, you go right away. CIA, you go later. They want you to have like headquarters experience first. And so I was looking at terrorist training camps. That was like my job, was to get human intelligence. Who's going in, who's going out, who's there? Is Bin Laden there? What's going on? Are they having conversations? What kind of training like all of those things are things we're trying to get.
How are you surveilling this?
There's so many different ways, right, that we collect intelligence. There's human, image, SIGINT. Those are like the 3 INTs is what we call them. So human intelligence is people. So people trying to recruit people on the ground in Afghanistan to give us information.
Okay.
That in Afghanistan is crazy hard because it's such a clannish place.
Yep.
It's familial clan. So like you or I mean, even if you tried to look the part, like good luck, because these people for decades have been together. So it's really, really hard. But we had a group, I don't mean to get too technical.
No, please.
We had a group in the Northern Alliance that was like sympathetic to us.
Yeah.
And so that's who we were using at the time to get information. And then IMIT, which is imagery intelligence. So that's satellite pictures, right? Or aerial photography to see who's coming in and out, those kinds of things. And then SIGINT. So what are they talking about? Phones, electronic, those kinds of things.
Yep.
So those are the 3 INTs.
Got it. Okay. Thank you.
That
thank you. That's super insightful.
Yeah,
Thank
of course. Those are the 3 INTs. And so you're really relying on all of them, right? CIA really focuses mostly on human, a little bit of image. NSA is the one that does this, mostly the signals.
Okay.
Collecting.
Got it.
Yeah. And so that's what I was doing. Literally, it was that.
Yep.
And so just before September 11th, I guess I was doing a good job. I don't know, but I got called up to the 7th floor, which is where the head sits. And so I was like, I'm sure I'm in trouble. I don't know. And it was myself and 2 other gentlemen, and we got briefed into this program, and that was the Vault program. And that's the one that the Netflix documentary like really went into a lot, was that program. But I was not doing that on September 11th. That program was not supposed to start until spring of 2002.
Oh, okay.
And I remember asking, hey, am I going to really have to kill anyone with this? And I remember the director being like, no, not unless there's some like huge terrorist attack. And I remember 9/11 happened. I was like, oh, shit. But on the day of 9/11, I mean, I remember what I had on. Like, isn't that weird?
Yeah.
To remember all of that. I mean, I came into the office at 6:30, 6:45. I'm an early person.
Yeah.
And I had gone, we have a Starbucks.
Yeah.
I had gotten Starbucks, went up to our Vault skiff, which is what we worked in. And contrary to what people may think, like you can't bring your phone in. You don't have internet access, open internet access.
Yep.
Like I could, but my Vault, my little area did not. So I'd have to like schlep down 2 flights of stairs. I didn't want to deal with that. So most of the time we are not on open internet.
Got it.
Or on our phones. And so I know that might sound crazy because we're an intel collection, but I didn't know that the first plane had hit the World Trade Center because I didn't have the TV on.
Okay. So how'd you find out?
So I had a friend that I had EOD or entered on duty with, and she actually worked in an outbuilding, which was like a non-classified building. And she called my open phone, which I answer. I usually never answer it. I thought, I think my grandpa was pretty sick at the time, and I thought it might be my family. They had that number, and so I thought it might be them. And it was him, and he said, turn on the TV, and so I did.
Got it. In your book, you said that you knew Osama bin Laden was behind September 11th before it had even been confirmed or announced. How did you know that?
I don't know. I think we just all knew. Like this is
just like common knowledge. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think it was for everyone that was there. It was we knew he wanted to attack us. There was no question. We knew that they had failed the first time in 1993. We knew that they had these like global networks, right, in like Saudi Arabia. There were plots broken up, obviously, in the U.S. There were ones in sub-Saharan Africa. And so I think all of us, it was pretty clear. No one told us. I think we just knew.
Yeah. You had also mentioned in your book that he wasn't always against the United States. In fact, he had previously praised the United States. Like, can you explain his progression into radicalization?
The best book that I really recommend for people to read is called The Looming Tower. It's by an individual named Lawrence Wright.
Okay.
He's fantastic. And it's a very long book.
Like, that's okay.
Like 1,000
I love
pages.
This stuff. Yeah, that's amazing.
But it is so well researched and so well done. You don't even have to read the 9/11 stuff. I just say read the first like 6 chapters and you will get what you need, like about who he is.
Okay.
But the founder of this ideology isn't actually him. It's a guy named Kutub who, I mean, this is going back to 1948, right? So this is going back really far.
Got it.
And he came to study abroad, basically, in the U.S.
Kutub.
Yes.
Okay.
And so this guy... It was really interesting. He actually, by all accounts of his journals, because he wrote like a lot and documented his whole time, no one was awful to him. He actually had like a pleasant experience. But he was very upset with the way women dressed and just, sacrilegious nature of society. That's like what he kept saying. And so he started writing books about this. That's what radicalized bin Laden. But bin Laden himself comes from a billionaire family.
Right.
And he was educated in England. He was very much, I guess, Western in the way he looked, dressed, all of the things. I would say a turning point for him, and Lawrence Wright talks about this, was the death of his father. His father died in a plane crash. He did not have the best relationship with him. His father had multiple wives. I mean, he was, that it is what it is. And his father didn't pay a lot of attention to him.
Yep.
But his mother did pay a lot of attention to him. And so I think because he had these issues, he wanted to get as far away as possible from his father and that life. And I think that's when he started reading those readings. And he knew he had money that he inherited from his father's death. And that's what he uses to initially fund Sudan. That's where he kind of, I guess, went first, and then Afghanistan.